You're alone, exploring an unmapped area of the Valley of Vertigo. Pollen is thick here, and your air filter is overworked. A warning light has been flashing orange for the last 10 minutes. But there are plants here that you've never seen before. Flowers with intense rainbow hues and strange lumps of fungal matter which pulses as if they're breathing. Cut some samples. Utopia will totally give you extra kudos for these. Pollen is especially thick up ahead. Deep fuchsia and shimmering with color. Everything here seems to dance with tiny flecks of reflected light. It's kind of magical. Press forward. You push forward into the suffocating pink fog. It's so thick you can only see a few meters ahead. You follow the glimmering towards where it is densest. Come upon a glade filled with what seems to be strange topiaries. They loom out of the glittering fog, each in the shape of an animal. They're all formed from the same spongy, glittering pink substance and dotted with finger-length fungal growths. You're so distracted you almost fall into a large hole in the center of the glade. Check for danger. That's perception to integrator. Inspect the topiaries. Take a sample of the fungus. Look into the hole. Leave. Check for danger. Thank you for joining me for Nathan Plays Badly, Nathan Streams Badly. I was a teenage xenocolonist. Alright. We just got back from exploring out in the wilderness, and so we're upset. Or we're stressed out. See if anybody has anything they want to say to us. This is weird. Okay, I guess we're not going to have sound from the game for some reason. Okay, nobody does. Let's talk to Tammy. Tammy is helping one of the children learn to read on her holopalm. 30 stars in the sky, shining bright at the night. Wonderful. What's wonderful? You're doing great. She looks up at you and smiles. Hello, do you need something? I need 80 empathy to do another random act of kindness. Where am I on it? 43. Okay. Yeah, I need some time off. Let's see here. Visiting the spa. Oh, yeah. Visiting the spa, I can spend kudos to get rid of some memories. This might be something I want to do. Some things are deceptive. Like, I want to try to get rid of ones, but do I really? Well, yes, I probably really want to try to get rid of that one. But I wouldn't want to try to get rid of this one, or especially this one, because they can do other things that are good. This Most of the time, this setting its neighbor to its value is not so good. Excuse me. But I can only get through it. If I'm going to spend kudos to get rid of these, I can only get rid of 3 at the moment. I might want to get rid of first words. But we're about to rest. So let's rest in the lounge and see what that gives us. You split your time between watching holovids, listening to music, and studying for class. Occasionally someone asks you to run an errand for them. You go on long walks. Overall, you spend the month relaxing and doing whatever you want, whenever you want. You really need this. We're teenagers, so most of the time we sleep. Relaxing. You took a month off. I could get rid of the zero. That actually did not show up in the list of things that I can lose and I could forget with my um, well, kudos, but I like the -1 stress when it comes up. I'm gonna keep it, and I'm definitely not getting rid of a 5 here. So keep your memories. Okay. Early pollen. Well, there we go. We got something. I guess my main volume is turned down really low, and I can't change that from my second screen. I might be able to change that from my keyboard, though. Okay, where's Tammy? Oh, yeah, that's right. She comes over here when pollen happens. Grab the mushwood. Dad's got something to say. You can hear your dad sneezing all the way from engineering. It's explosive. Like he's trying to scare away predators. He's wiping his nose as you approach on a handkerchief, blotted with smearing pink. Lately he's also surrounded by a fine dust of pink pollen that clings to him wherever he goes. You keep brushing glitter off things in your quarters. Because, when you're messing with glitter, it gets everywhere and clings to everything. He gives you a hug then brushes pollen off your shoulder, laughing self-consciously. You haven't heard him laugh much lately. He's been working hard towards trying to improve the colony's food supply. He's showing signs of malnourishment too, though your mom is worse. You're worried for both of them. Your dad's skin is kind of shiny in patches. He sees you staring and rubs his hands over his arms. Sparkling dust poofs off of him in little clouds. Um, I don't know what that word is, but I'd say in context, it's flashing in the light. Oh, yeah, that's a new symptom, he says. Seems harmless, though. You should stay inside. You should see Chief Engineer Instance. You should be wearing your mask. Stay safe, Dad. You should be wearing your mask. And hide this beautiful face. Your dad laughs, rubbing his nose. Especially now that it sparkles. He makes a big show of checking his pockets. I guess I must have left my respirator back in the greenhouse. Why can't he just take care of himself? Your dad sniffles. Gosh, I feel like someone's stuffed a whole Watopod in my nose, he says. Like I could just poke a stick up there and pop! Fresh Watto juice. Dad, gross. He just grins. What? It's true. He follows gaze out to the fields and to the lands outside the gate. I wonder if the foragers could use an extra hand, he muses to himself. Yeah, maybe I'll join them out there tomorrow. Neither of your parents are taking proper care of themselves. They're so stressed out from the poor harvest and low food supply. They try not to let you see it, but you can tell. Maybe your dad is right. A little seasonal illness is nothing compared to the danger of running out of food. Nobody else has anything to say. I think I'm going to go do more organizing. We're almost to the second level organizing, which will open up another slot. View the notice board. Food shortfall 100%. Security rating 0. Those susceptible to particulate matter during pollen are strongly urged to stay indoors and avoid strenuous activity. Please note that we will be hosting our annual Vatunuma Festival during the second month of dusk. Okay, work in the depot gives me 2 organizing, 2 persuasion, and delivering supplies gives me 2 organizing, 2 perception. This gives me more kudos too. Also gives me 2, just in stress. Okay, let's work in the depot. You're scrolling through a hollow novel behind the desk when Tangent comes in. She pauses and looks uncomfortable when she sees you and Mars looking at her and quickly disappears into the shelves. You and Mars shrug. A few minutes later, Tangent comes up to the counter and drops a fistful of candies. She shifts from foot to foot as you ring her up, jostling up and down and rubbing her stomach. I also need something from behind the counter, she says quietly. Some medicine. You ask her what she needs and she mumbles the name. You can't hear it. Can you repeat that? She mumbles again a little louder. Mars stifles the stifles a giggle. I'm sorry, what? Tangent rolls her eyes. Stars, she curses. I need fart pills, okay? The stupid alien bacteria and all of the weird native food makes my stomach upset. OMG! Mars laughs. You have blue gut, really? Tang! That's perfect! Has blue farts! Tang crosses her arms and looks miserable. You give Mars a questioning look. Blue gut? Blue gut? Mars says. You know, when you keep farting and farting all this, like blue dusty stuff? Mars leans over the counter to get a better look at Tangent's backside. Oh no, she says dramatically. White was not the best color to wear today, Tangent. Your butt's as blue as Badly's hair. Mars cackles as Tang anxiously cranes her neck to look at her rear. Liar, Tang mutters. Not meeting your eye. Just give me the pills, please. I don't want to talk about my stupid body. Try and lighten the mood. Be sensitive and nice. Don't say a word. Let's be sensitive and nice. The Tangent did not like us being sensitive and nice, but I got one empathy. You let Tangent know that you're very sorry this is happening to her. Blue gut is an uncomfortable condition, you tell her, but it doesn't make her a bad person. You let her know that if there is anything you can do to help, you'll be there for her because that's what friends are for. This approach seems to make Tang even more miserable. She takes her order and rushes out of the depot as soon as you're done. Okay, get to work. Well, maybe I should have lightened the mood. Maybe I just should have kept my mouth shut. Card becomes 3. Let's start with a 2. Then this 2 becomes a 3. And 4, 4. No, not that. Well, it is wild, but 4. And 4. Oh, this changes things. I mean, goes 26, we got 28. But if we put that there, and then we put this 4 here and this 4 here, that is 33, that is a super goal. Interesting. It shows a connection here and a connection here. 3 for 3 of a kind. This is lit up. 7 for flush of 4. Plus 1 from animal book gear. And this one for red doesn't even list it when I scroll over it. That's weird. Well, that was the best I could do. Plus 1 organizing, that puts me to 5. That gives me plus 5 organization. You're at lunch with your parents, sliced soy cakes, and watery broth again. Great. They put down their cutlery and look at each other, then you. Badly, your mom says. There's something we should tell you. We've tried to shelter you from some things, but we think you should know why we've been working so hard at geoponics. There's a meeting after lunch. Oh, I think that's still your mother. There's a meeting after lunch, and we want you to come with us. That sounds ominous. Okay. You follow your parents to the council room. Mars has also tagged along, and you take a seat near them as your mom and Aunt Annie stand to address the council. After Etiquette officially calls meeting, she gestures to your mom. I'm not going to mince words, your mom says firmly. All of our efforts to increase food production in geoponics have failed, especially given the failure of the pixie beans. The destruction of the fields during the last attack put the nail in our coffin. By the end of the year, the colony will run out of food. The rest of the council murmurs in concern. You and Mars exchange horrified looks. You've been doomsaying about our food supply for 2 years, Fula. Right questions. Do you mean to say we're past the point of no return? Your mother nods grimly. I'm afraid so. Even with rationing without securing a Viturian food source, our supplies will run out by wet season. She gestures to Annie. His face is grave. Annie and I have gone over the supplies and come up with food plans. We've crunched numbers. Your mom sighs and spreads her hands. I'm sorry, geoponics should have been producing better by now. We should have been able to wean ourselves off soy rations. During wormhole transit, when we lost our hydroponics in the hull breach, she sighs again. I know, I've said it so many times, but our crops just don't grow here. We needed those algae tanks. We need the microbacterial soil from Earth. Why weren't we told earlier? Adults screw up everything. It's not Mom's fault. I'm going to say it's not Mom's fault. +5 loyalty. I mean, that happens. It's not. The survival of the colony shouldn't rest on one person's shoulders. It's not fair. She's been working harder than anyone. She did everything she could. Council members' agreement. You decide they probably never really blamed her or your dad. The only holdout is Mars. She crosses her arms and grumbles that it's clearly a problem with leadership. So, what do we do now? Instance asks. Starving to death isn't an option. Yeah. Yeah, you could say that. Starving to death is probably not an option. No, it isn't, your mom replies. We need to secure a food source this year before our rations run out. We're working double shifts in geoponics, but it's not enough. We need more people planting, tending, turning the soil. We need more hands. I can pull back the surveyors and focus on foraging native plants, Utopia offers. Even the young folks can help if they've proven themselves around the survey equipment. I'll send out a holo message later. This has been the burden of geoponics for too long, Endicott says. It's time we all step up for our future. Council nods in agreement. Your stomach rumbles ominously. So, mid-pollen. New perk. Organization level 2. Extra card draw. Draw an extra card at the start of challenge. Affect stacks. Okay, that was not what I was expecting. I was expecting another gear slot. Lock needed perk. Lock needed perk. Well, so I banged that out. Now I probably need to work on perception. Maybe I should have done errands instead of. Okay, nobody has anything they want to say. Now would be a great time to do a survey mission. Can I do a survey mission that gives me perception? Surveying the plains, 3 perception, +1 animals, +1 friendship with this. 5 events remaining, 5 collectibles remaining, boss event remaining. Forage in the Valley, +2 perception, +2 biology. All events have respawned. Well, I like this +3 perception, but foraging might be a better idea. View the map. So I guess this is where foraging is happening. The Valley of Vertigo is a low-lying trench to the east with dense but pollen-producing trees. There's a wide variety of edible foods here, both plant and animal product, leading to some of the explorers calling this place the breadbasket of Fortuna. There are a number of animals here that geoponics would be interested in domesticating. What we've been surveying was the Prosonic Plains. The Prosonic Plains lie far to the north of the colony, where the higher elevation and natural tilt of the planet makes bromidic snow fall more regularly in every season. The prone. Yes. Sure. Uh, Though prone to sudden storm flurries, the plains are a relatively safe place to explore, filled with mostly herbivorous xenofauna. Well, I'm not gonna read all these, but that looks like a bigger list than we had before. Well, I'd really like the +3 perception. I think I need to do this. We might find something edible. Look at that. Okay. Utopia greets you warmly as you must muster for your first expedition with the foraging team. Badly, I'm glad you could make it. We need everyone we can get out here right now, boosting our food supply. I'm ready to sniff out those tasties. Good luck hunting out there, she says, handing you a oversized backpack, more like a basket than a pack. Use your hollow palm to identify edible and medical plants. Oh, use your hollow palm to identify edible medical plants, and just throw them in here. I'll sort them back at base camp. Oh, and keep on the lookout for creatures. It's pretty peaceful out there in the valley, but even a little bug will get you if you're not careful. Go slow, pay attention to your surroundings. If you're unsure about something, don't approach it. Stay on the path and don't get lost. We don't call it the Valley of Vertigo for nothing. Any questions? Will this be with me this time? What sort of things should I collect? Is it dangerous out there? What's a fine lady like you doing in a place like this? Hope I'm good. Okay, so Utopia is a possible romance option. That's interesting. What sort of things should I collect? Utopia shows you how to use your hollow palm to determine if something is edible. There's a whole category on your Holopedia, including photographs and scientific names. It's mainly plants, though there are some materials and other things that don't look edible at first glance. There's a lot out there we haven't found yet, she says. Document anything you find that looks like it could be useful, but don't put anything in your mouth until you check with me first. Even if it looks edible, it might be a look-alike. Even the plants are sneaky. You're about to leave when Utopia snaps your fingers. Hold up, Badly. We're also investigating some species we might domesticate. These we'll want to tag and capture. Ideally, we're looking for herbivorous creatures that already live in herds and either produce something edible or reproduce quick enough we can slaughter them for meat. Oh, if you see anything that fits the bill, tag them and bring them back. Where's the path? It's hard to see with all this pollen out here. Pick a yellow flower. You know what? I haven't petted my pet recently. So here's another one. This is apparently where my pet is from. You come across not just one Virkai, but a whole swarm of them. Mostly just baby ones, about the size of your head. They're all amassed around a massive tree, scurrying up and down the trunk. When you can see the tree itself under the swarm, you notice it's the same pale pink as the baby Virkai. Its tentacle-like roots meander a fairly large distance before plunging into the ground. but that's the adult version of the Vertikai. When the Vertikai see you approach, they get agitated and they look hungry. Definitely hungry. Like dozens of hungry, grapefruit-sized, furry pink spiders with stuff-up nightmares. Your pet Bright Eyes doesn't seem scared at all. Hey, Bravery 50 to just say that's not. Yep. Fight them. Screw this, they'll find another route. Well, we can't find another route. I guess we'll have to fight them. Combat challenge. Plus one physical red cards, one slot card becomes value 3. Really, I don't have anything. I guess the best thing is just put a value 3 card on there. Six and then 10, and we don't have to worry about. Although this 4 is unchangeable. Let's do this. 4, 4, and 4. Which becomes a 6 because plus 2 to the last card. So that's 19. What was this? 23. And that's still higher. Okay. Next round. Let's do this. And then 4, 4, and 4. Or turns into a 6. I like that outcome much better. 1 for each unplayed card. Two. This becomes a 3-ish. Oh, plus 4 first and last. Well, so I made the goal. Are these edible? I don't remember getting this card, but okay. That's a super goal, and I'm not even finished yet. Okay. Only 1 star? Really? I could have gotten a whole lot better. I got 1 combat. Well, that wasn't so hard. Oh, I also got 1 bravery. You smack a couple of them to the ground, and the rest scuttle up to the broths and hide there. You puff your chest out bravely and walk on. God. 13 stress. An absolutely enormous tree forms part of the path here. Its roots cut natural stairs into the path, and its magnificent canopy of large, flat leaves completely block out the sky. They arch overhead, almost to the ground on the other side. Walking under it is like going through a tunnel. In the tunnel, it's dark and gloomy, unseasonably cool, and filled with the whispers of leaves. You get the sense that something is aware of your presence. Whisper back, walk under it, climb up it, bravery 20, turn back. Well, I'm always of the opinion that these here are always the best choice, so let's climb up it. You climb up and onto one of the big flat leaves. Surprise, they can actually support your weight. Neat. You get high enough out of the fog to see the whole area. It's very pretty, but nothing else happens. I'm starving, so I didn't get the +1 perception. Right. I did not notice that up there. Starving. Hunger makes it difficult to do physical tasks. Physical skills increase reduced by 1. More Vikai. A curious Vikai blocks your path. It's acting strange. They keep scurrying up trees and hanging upside down to get a different angle to look at you, then dropping down when you try to pass underneath. It may be small, but it's at least attempting to be intimidating. That must mean something. It's not interested in your pet, big guy. It's interested in you. Even Bright Eyes looks unsure and hides between your legs. Approach it. Wow. The draw. Let's. I want to drop my stress. I know. Actually, let's do this a different way. Let's do the last card. +1 to the card to the side of it, and then that gets 3. Probably not the best we can do. It's definitely something. +2 cards with gems. No. Let's do this one first. Then this one. They lift each other up. Three. I really want to throw this 5 in there. Actually, if that's the case, let's put that 5 there, and that one's going to be a lot because there are a lot of cards left over. $27. That's gonna require a lot. Okay, 3 for each or +1 for each unplayed card. Staying cool. Saving Tammy. And then getting our butt kicked. We're gonna take the win. We only got one. But -1 stress and +1 bravery. And 0 to animals because we're starving. The V-Cry runs up your leg. It's a giant spider thing and it's got weird tentacles and get it off! The urge to dance around and shake it off is almost uncontrollable, but you manage to keep your cool. The V-Cry tastes you with its tentacle feeler legs, but doesn't look interested in causing you harm. It pokes at your backpack trying to get in, then gives up and scurries off. So apparently I'm carrying something that it wanted. Something that I forged. You come across a cluster of mushrooms. They are edible. There's only one way to find out. Well, there's a few ways, if you're not a coward. Identify the mushrooms, eat one and see. Trump on through, I'll just go around. Let's identify the mushrooms. 65 for biology challenge. Well, +1 for each unplayed card. I could play this one and this one. No, I couldn't. But I don't want to play this one either. Just +1 for each gem on each card. That would go great with these other two cards. But I also want the leftover. The unplayed cards. So I'm going to play that one. And then Antecedent's Love. Which gets a +2 from battle conditions? One slot card gets +2. Oh, card gets +2. Oh. Yeah, let's do it this way. That was 17. +1 to strength challenges. This is not a strength challenge. +1 for each gem on other cards. Okay, let's play this one. And then this one. Then this one. And this one. Yeah, let's... That didn't really change anything, did it? Okay, we just need 23. +2 if in the first or last plane. Well, then we want that. Then we want this. And then we want this. And we want this. Because our goal, we get this. It's the super goal. I got 2 stars. So I got +2 to biology. Plus another 1 to biology and 5 kudos. You determine these mushrooms are only poisonous, but explosive as well. You mark the location down on your hollow palm so that other foragers know to stay clear of the area, and Utopia rings you a few kudos for good scouting. Well, I'm glad I followed her instructions and didn't put anything in my mouth without checking with her. And I'm glad I checked them out before, tromping through them. This looks interesting. You find a tripet, a large, tasty plant. Kind of. You've heard it's sort of like an animal too, like a lot of creatures on Fortuna. It's kind of defies classification. Whatever it is, it's huge. It's practically taller than you are. Harvest some stocks or know this location and move on. I'm here to harvest things, so let's harvest some stocks. You start breaking off the freshest and youngest looking shoots, the plant shudders. Keep harvesting it, analyze the shudder, stop. Alright. +2 for the first and last. I want to use this. Okay, -2 to neighboring yellow cards. We're not going to have a neighboring yellow card. So 4, and this one's +2. Or +3. +2 if in the first and last plane. And it gets +1 because it turns into a physical card. Okay. Oh, -2. Why is it -2? Because it's wild, and so well, I can put the 5 there. 17. What if I leave that in there? Also 17. Well, it's not doing me any good in there. 17 is what happens anyways. So we're going to do that. It's messy. All strength cards all physical cards under 2 increase to 2. That's cool, but I don't have any that are under 2. Um, 3, 4, 5, and then I want that, which turns into a 6. That's amazing. That's 6, 3, 3, 6. That meets our goal. Throw that in, that becomes a 3. It still affects one of these, which gives that a 6, which is our super goal for 29. And 2 stars only. +1 to animals. 0 to animals because of starving status. Yeah, this plant is alive and sentient, like an animal. It is definitely not happy that you're ripping its limbs off. It's hard to tell if it's in pain, really, but you'd say discomfort at least, all the same. Sorry, you're edible and we're starving. Keep harvesting it. It keeps shuddering. You hear a low, low whistle and realize it's coming out of the tripod's holes like a very quiet bagpipe, slowing, contracting. Continue. +1 colony food. Other 5 kudos. It's a large enough tripod that you're able to completely fill your basket before even touching the tender innermost meat. Tripod is looking kind of bare, but you're sure it will grow more stalks. You make a note on your map for where it is, but oddly you never find it again. Alright, let's grab this. You hear a rustle in the bushes and catch a glimpse of a shadowy figure. It could be a person. Whatever it is, you quickly lose sight of it in the jungle. Follow it or forget it. Forget it. It's probably just another forager. This will probably be the last one of this trip. Come across a curious sponge-like hive, pockmarked with holes containing wiggling grubs and oozing a sweet-smelling syrup. Atop the hive is what appears to be the hive queen, looking like, oh wait, her swollen abdomen is the hive. She's rooted here, probably drawing nutrients from the soil like a plant, while she tends to her larvae. Utopia mentioned these. It's a squeeger hive. Watch quietly, sneak up and harvest time you leave it alone. Watch quietly. Yeah, 0 to animals, because I'm starving. It's absolutely fascinating. The squeeger hive queen coons to her children, who scutter in and out of the holes on her surface. You can kind of see where her eyes used to be, but now she's more mound than creature. She still breathes, but eats only what she can absorb from her legs, which have become roots. Her larval children pinch her when they are hungry. She groans, clenches, and out of the holes ooze her sweet-smelling jelly. Fully grown termite-like squeegers march back and forth, paying no attention. Let's sneak up and harvest some night. +1 to physical red cards, random card locked in one slot. Well, this is good because +2 to the first and last panel. Let's do a 4, 4, and 4. One. This is not getting used unless a 2. No. I can put that one there, and then this there, and that sets that to 2. It's probably not the best use, actually. 3. And then throw in this 5. 18 on a 46. I need to find a way to get at least 20 out of it. So what was that? 15. $15, 18, 17. Alright, 18 is probably the best I'm going to get. Value is wild. $15. Those edible. Getting your butt kicked. Okay. That was a barely. I'm going to take the win. I only got 1 star for it. No skill change. Really? +5 kudos, +1 colony food. That gives us +2 colony food. That's awesome. The Calm Hive Queen has only a rudimentary danger sense. The Squeeger hives can be very defensive when they sense danger to their young, but so long as you don't set off the workers or the larvae, you're free to walk right up to her. You gently avoid hurting any of the babies as you scrape her copious honey into a collector. Let's go down this way. Okay. Let's grab this. We can't get around there? I guess not. I wanted to grab the egg, but I'm not going to be able to take it after this. You come out of the trees into a large grassy clearing. In the middle is you can only describe it as a pedestal. In the middle of a cradle of flowers sits a massive egg, easily larger than any egg you've seen before. It's white with red flecks, and it's just sitting there in the middle of the empty clearing, totally unprotected. Take it or leave it. Let's take it. You put one foot up on the pedestal to brace yourself. This thing's huge. However, as you do, the pedestal starts moving, and it starts growling. Its flowering appendages unfurl to reveal the face of Manticore. Throw the egg and run. Keep the egg and run. Fight the Manticore. Impossible. Normal difficulty. Throw the egg and run. Toss the egg and run. The Manticore takes a swing at you with its big crushing claw, but quickly turns its attention to making sure the egg is undamaged. You get away, but the whole experience probably shaved a year off your life. +8 stress. Done. You're too worn out and tired to continue. You have to go home now. You spent the month exploring. +1 perception. Supposed to be 2, but colony starving. +2 to biology. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a short break. I gotta go grab some food, and I will be right back. Okay, we're back. I know it's considered rude to make other people watch you eat, but you're just going to have to watch me eat. Okay. I am stressed out, so I got 3 different places I can rest. Let's go in here first and check the notice board. Colony food shortfall, 80%. Starvation. Better than 100%. We already read instances. No, please note. We read that one too. If you can hold a basket, you can be on a foraging team. Come see me. Head of Expeditions, Utopia. Or me, Chief Cultivator. Mom. Let's see if there's anything like these that we can do. Mars whines. Nothing ever happens here. Please, 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 just anything. I'm dying here. I've watched every holovid. I've done every quiz in every holo magazine, and I'm so tired of being a teenager on a stupid rock. It's been almost 5 years, and I don't even have a boyfriend. Okay. You know, you could help forage. Your dad is looking a little gunt. There isn't a lot of weight on him to lose in the first place, so the rationing is hitting him harder than most. He's still hard at work, though nothing can keep your dad from getting things done. Help him with the animals. Your dad is helping 2 Bristol slugs who've gotten tangled on each other while, well, maybe they were wrestling. Your dad doesn't want to go into the details. So 4 plus 1 to challenges. That's good. I got nothing from that because because of starvation. I'm already sick of this starvation thing. He hefts up the larger one, you carefully pull apart the bristle spikes, or the bristling spikes. Be careful not to get jabbed yourself. 10 minutes later, they're back in at it again. Your dad shrugs. The heart wants what it wants, I guess. You have to work for everything you've been given, your mom says, digging her shovel in the dirt. It doesn't just happen. That's what this famine is reminding us. Organization 80 or greater. And what happens when we get here, it doesn't say. I want to find those other 2 card slots. Done. You spot Cal and Tammy in the garden. Tammy is sitting on the fence with Cal leaning against it beside her. They seem deep in conversation. You watch as Cal catches up and tucks a lock of Tammy's pink hair behind her ear. Cal spots you and smiles, causing Tammy to look over at you and blush. Hey, Badly, Cal says. What's up? Do you need me for something? Nope. Biology 20 or greater. Tammy is sitting very quietly, her knitting forgotten in her lap. One of her ears twitches as you approach, and she winces and shakes her head. I keep getting the feeling that someone is coming, like they're looking for me, she says, rubbing her ear. I must be hearing things. Empty 80 or greater. Okay. Reasoning 20 or greater to study with her. Despite representing only 2% of an average adult, a healthy adult weight, the brain consumes at rest 20% of all energy produced by the body, Tandy says, looking down at the the protein bar in her hand. So many resources to maintain such a relatively small organ. It's inefficient, don't you think? If any one of us demanded such a large share of colony resources, we would be reprimanded. Emmett pouts as she rolls the sports ball under her foot. I figure there's not really going to be a harvest festival this year, she says, but it still sucks. I need toughness 80 to train with her. I've been foraging a lot, just says, hitching his bulging backpack up on his shoulder. There's a lot to eat if you don't mind eating bugs and mushrooms. Need bravery 40 to do this. That might be where I end up next. Got 30. I do still want to increase my perception. Right now, let's go relax on the walls. Most of the time you're alone up here, except for the occasional passing guard. But sometimes you're joined by discs. He barely looks up at you as you plow down and kick your feet through the railing and over the edge. He looks like he's doodling on a hollow palm or hollow pad. You see all sorts of plants, mushrooms, little creatures with too many eyes or too many legs. He has a section of plant samples at his side, like an artist's paintbrush laid out on a towel. He must be quite the junior botanist. He's not drawing plants right now, though. He's actually drawing a person, and not anyone you recognize from the colony. They have long dark hair and a pointed face, and are covered from neck to toe in floaty black robes. They look neat. You wonder if they're Dis's original character or something, like his super cool goth self insert. Oh, it's nice. Is that supposed to be you but cooler? That looks nice. Close to friendship. Just smiles shyly but doesn't look away from his drawing. Thanks, he mumbles. I'm not very good at drawing him yet. I took the month off. 2 unchangeable, 2 plus 1 to challenges. Yo, I just got like a 4 plus 1 to challenges. I think I can afford to forget this. Early dust. Okay. On the subject of forgetting things, I was going to do this last time and I didn't. I don't want to lose the 0 minus 1 stress. I do want to lose first words. Oh. Good. Okay. I think I also want to lose stress crop. Let's wait on that though. I could take one doing paperwork out. I could take both doing paperworks out. Because this one would theoretically come up more. You know, if I'm taking out cards. I think this set neighbor to the value can go. And I am going to get rid of one doing paperwork. Alright. I don't have enough kudos to forget anything else. See if anybody's got anything to say to me. Where's this? Oh, there's this. I'm thinking I'm going to go foraging again. Starving is a problem. And foraging is the way to fix it. Plus, I do want to increase my perception. 7 events remaining, 4 collectibles remaining, boss event remaining. Is that perception? That's perception. No, that's persuasion. Those are so close, it's hard to tell the difference sometimes. Alright, let's do some more foraging in the valley. Alright, we started down this path, so let's continue down this path. There's an egg. You come across a veritable feast of berry bushes. Cool. Spiky, fierce-looking bushes with glistening red berries. They look delicious. Well, you'll research them first, as always. First collectible use is free. Well, what if we do 3, 1, 1? That's a 10. 5, 3, 2. That's a 16. Three, 4, 5. That's a 20. Four, 3, 2. $19. 16. What if we put these in there? 17. Oh, you know what? Fours. $19. That made a 6. We'll go with 19. 24. Or 1. 3. Staying cool. Cow string. Let's do this. That. Win. 3 stars. Excellent. -1 stress, +1 kudos, +1 biology. +1 biology. Your research confirms that these red berries are highly toxic. You shouldn't even be here. You cut a... That's probably not what I wanted to do. You cut a path through the bushes, carefully avoiding touching them against your skin. A bristle slug is rooting around in the underbrush. It's like a little porcupine with no legs. Well, little is relative. It comes up to your waist, and it must be at least 100 kilograms. You've seen a few of these up at Geoponics. They're easy to catch, and their spines and berries naturally fall off and are edible. A chewy, renewable source of food. Kind of like jerky. Maybe you could catch this one. Just observe it, try to catch it. Animals 40 or greater. Hard. Try to kill it. Combat 20, I don't have. Ignore it. It's a hard challenge. Let's try and catch it. Card becomes 4. Okay? There's 2 on there, but that's unchangeable. So if I put this one on there, it becomes a 4. If I then play this one, does that become a 5 or does it stay a 4? All the rest are 4. Let's go for it. 4. It stays a 4. Let's not play that one then. +2 to the last card. +2 to cards with gems. No, because that doesn't affect me, because that's not a gem. Alright, put that 4 there, and it becomes 6. 17. +1 to physical red cards. 1 slot card becomes value 4. Draw a card. +1 to a card. Change suit. 2. I wonder if I could play this to that one and if nothing else. Whoops. It didn't add 1 to it, but it did change it to yellow, which is good. +2 to this if it's now it gives +2 to a card with gems. Okay. I could play that one. Play that one. Play that one. 1 and 3. Let's take that out. Let's put this in. 27. Well, let's take this out. Let's put this in. 25. Really? What if we put that in? 23. 25. Still need a 32. Well, this one +3 during challenges. During speech challenges. And 3 stars, which means it's the best that we could do. +1 kudos, really? I'm pretty sure this one is a female because it has bristles on it, but as well as its head. Her eyes are a deep green. You think you'll call her Emerald. She seems calm in that, like she isn't too worried about where she might be going. You crouch down with a clump of leaves, and she sticks her muzzle through the net and eats them right out of your hand. Her whiskers tickle. +10 kudos, +1 colony food. You pat her forehead. Unlock thinning animals and geopods. pat her forehead, and pack her off to the geoponics barn. You could go visit her there later if you like. Okay, this is the boss battle. You're alone, exploring an unmapped area of the Valley of Vertigo. Pollen is thick here, and your air filter is overworked. A warning light has been flashing orange for the last 10 minutes. But there are plants here that you've never seen before. Flowers with intense rainbow hues and strange lumps of fungal matter which pulses as if they're breathing. Cut some samples. Utopia will totally give you extra kudos for these. Pollen is especially thick up ahead, deep fuchsia, and shimmering with color. Everything here seems to dance with tiny flecks of reflected light. It's kind of magical. Press forward. You push forward into the suffocating pink fog. It's so thick you can only see a few meters ahead. You follow the glimmering towards where it is densest. Come upon a glade filled with what seems to be strange topiaries. They loom out of the glittering fog, each in the shape of an animal. They're all formed from the same spongy, glittering pink substance and dotted with finger-length fungal growths. You're so distracted you almost fall into a large hole in the center of the glade. Check for danger. That's perception 10 or greater. Inspect the topiaries. Take a sample of the fungus. Look into the hole. Leave. Check for danger. You've seen plant-like animals before. Are these topiaries actually predators? Waiting for you to get close? You watch them carefully from the edge of the glade. They're completely still, not breathing. There's no life signs. Good. Your virus suit beeps a warning. Wonder if I can do all of these before I leave. Let's inspect them. The topiary you choose is a large dog-sized quadruped, which appears to be kneeling. It's far too lifelike. As you get close, you realize with growing revulsion that this was once a living creature, now encased or transformed entirely to the sparkling pink fungus. It's dead. You were helping Tang for extra credit in biology class. She said that the seasonal illness that affects your dad in pollen is kind of colonizing fungal growth. Could this be related? Your violet suit bleeps a louder warning. Take a sample of the fungus. +1 shimmer cure. Oh. As you bend down to take a sample, you realize the dense shimmering haze has come from the topiaries. The fog is seeping out of the holes at the end of each fungal growth. You break off a few of the growths into a collection vial. The more you think about it, the more you're sure this is related to the shimmer. Look into the hole. The bottom of the hole is a cave. It slopes down gradually towards the cave floor, only about 4 meters below, then disappears underground. You aren't sure how far the cave continues past that point. It's dark down there, obviously, but not silent. There's some sort of strange rhythmic whirling coming from farther inside the cave. You hold up your palm and shine your hollow palm's light. The cave floor glitters with pink fungus and the air is ominously choked with it. Okay, let's leave. As you turn to leave, your filter light begins flashing red and alarm sounds inside your helmet. You realize with horror that you've been in dense pollen too long. You start sneezing as the sparkling dust seeps into your breathing mask. It feels like tiny knives in your sinuses and a heavy choking pain in your lungs. You lurch back towards the checkpoint, barely able to breathe. Your helmet is clogged and you don't think air is getting in at all. You can see it clearly, as if seeing a vision. If you take your mask off, surely you'll be able to breathe better. Something in your terrified brain clings to this idea. If you just take off your mask and breathe in the pollen, you'll be fine. Everything will be fine. Keep it on! No, don't go gently into the pink night. You're hyperventilating. You can't get enough oxygen through your clogged filter. Darkness closes in from the edges of your vision until you are seeing the world as if through a long tunnel. As you near the checkpoint, Utopia runs out to help you. You instinctively turn back, unthinking, wanting to return to the fog, to those strange statues. You collapse in her arms. Escaping the shimmer glade. Several days later, you wake. That's a 0. It's a 0 card, but it's got a gem. You don't remember much. Just a great choking heaviness in your lungs and the world swallowing you up and closing over your head. You have snippets of consciousness from the last few days, but it's hard to tell if it was a dream or not. -5 toughness. Really? Gain status injured. Because I'm injured. Physical skill increases reduced by 1. Heal by relaxing. It feels like you had a fever once. Hot and sticky, achy all over. Like you've been boiled alive. You're still terribly weak. And there's a pain in your chest like someone has been sitting on it. It takes all of your energy just to breathe. You live, but your body took a serious hit and may never be quite the same. Let's do biology. It's time for the yearly midsummer celebration, when the colony gives thanks for its good fortune. Well, it would be, but as you file into the main square, you can't help but notice that the feast table is nearly empty. What Annie lacked in resources, she made up with care. Dishes are lovely, plated, soy cakes glisten, steam rises from the buns stuffed with mince, and there are great pictures of vegetable broth rendered out from even the most inedible food scraps. There's a neat stack of sugar cubes for dessert. Whole sugar. What a luxury. In an underwhelming feast, that'll be the highlight. Governor Endicott welcoming speech this year is short. Her frail body trembles as she welcomes you all to Vermudina with a dry, whispery voice. Then has to be helped off stage. Like all of you, she has been feeling the effects of the famine. Everyone clears away the chairs for the annual competition. Which one do you participate in this year? Bot Palathlon, toughness 25. Creativity, reasoning, just watch. No, participation is for joiners! I wouldn't mind a little more rebellion, but let's do the bot Palathlon. 2 friendship with Amanat and 2 friendship with Cal. How is my friendship with these people going? Amanat and Cal both have 3. This has 3. Tangent has 2.5. Mars and Tammy are really good. 45 and 35. Yeah. So each heart is 10, actually. 32, 32, 31, 29, 35, 45. And then you don't really do friendship with the aunties or the kids. Aunties, uncles, and the kids. Okay, Com adds something new every year, but no one's really at their best given the rationing. Running around sweating in the hot sun seems like a luxury nobody can afford, even you energetic kids. Oh, I also got loyalty +5. The spectators listlessly wave fans as Com announces that this year's edition will be Thumbrist. Last 30 seconds against Com or get a time penalty. Emma face falls. No fair, she exclaims. Com, the shipwide thumb wrestling champion. He talks about it all the time. He's the worst. Com just shrugs and blows his whistle for you to get into position. $59. Well, let's do this. It's minus 3 cards with greater values, so that's not going to be a problem. Could throw this in there. Okay. 37 left to go. 3, 3, 3. Actually, would be better to do that and then that. Yes, I think that would be better. I didn't see what this was. 1622. 24. Yes. I got equal numbers. I got 2 blues. I got straight and 2 reds. So, yes. flush. That's okay, flush. 24, that leaves 13 left to do. Okay, let's do 4, 4. And that one and that one. And then just a straight 6 for the super goal. 3 stars. +1 kudos. All that for +1 kudos. You don't beat Com at the thumb wrestling, nobody can, he's the best. But you do manage to hold on through 30 tense seconds of maneuvering and fake outs, and double fake outs. The man is a master. In fact, things you learn from Com in those 30 seconds can be applied to the bot you have to wrestle at the end of the contest. You wonder how you never noticed before how much of bot wrestling is finesse, not just brawn. So I got another Botathlon champion. Gain status popular. You're a winner and everyone wants to be your friend. Kudos doubled for 3 months. Cool. You win handily. Eminent whines at Com for being unfair, but she still takes second place. -50 stress. After the festivities, the whole colony takes a few days off for a break. Well, except geoponics, and the foragers, and the kitchen. And everyone who uses the break for their usual work to help out in places that didn't close. Okay, it's not really a break, but you try to take it easy anyways. Well, it looks like I could do some more foraging then again. I probably could have anyway. Check around, see if anybody has anything to say. I want to check out the notice board again too. 70% still for starvation. You know, I've been trying to up perception, and it hasn't been working. But we're going to continue to try and forage. You're injured and should rest. Well, great. Biology 20 or greater. Yeah, I don't have that. 12. The mood in geoponics is tense. Everyone is working themselves to the point of exhaustion, trying to get enough plants in the ground to survive the year. I could shovel some dirt. Could tend the animals. Animals, empathy. Relax in the park. I don't need to relieve stress, but I do need to get rid of this injured. So I guess I need to rest. Mom is tending to her garden as you relax nearby. You're both happy to leave each other alone, but you can hear her muttering to herself as she pulls weeds. Every day she grows. You'd think I was never here at all, with how some of these weeds grow. I thought that bringing only nice plants would mean we wouldn't have to weed as much. But these Vitumian plants, they're unstoppable. She pulls hard on one weed, which turns out to be a huge creeping vine that yanks out a few flowers. Ah! I just want one place on this planet that's ours. Help her pull weeds. +1 biology. You get down there and help your mom pull weeds for the better part of the afternoon. Surprisingly hard work. By the end, your back and shoulders are aching and the palms of your hands are on fire. Mom dumps a huge armful of weeds into a wheelbarrow. These go all the way to the edge of the colony, she says wearily. Whatever plant these roots belong to, they're invading my garden. Turns toward the walls and yells, "You stupid pink jerks! Stay out there where you belong." So, even though this is one, I don't want to lose this. Although I didn't use it in the last couple of challenges. But I still don't want to lose it. And I don't want to lose a 4, obviously. So I think I'm done. Okay, I'm no longer injured. I am still starving. I am popular. Now I'm clear-minded. You've got no stress or worries. 10% chance to get a bonus 1 when increasing skills. Let's hope so, because we're going to do foraging again. Forage in the valley. 4 events remain, 3 collectibles remaining. Events respawn in quiet. Perhaps I should instead do this. There's no friendship with this in this. I'm doing this one. Hopefully I can still make some food. Colony food. A dense cloud of pollen makes it hard to even see your hand in front of your face. It's a good thing you have a helmet with a filter. It's not perfect though. It doesn't help visibility. Be patient, look carefully, stroll through, find another way around. We're going to be patient, look carefully. Pollen clouds eventually shift, giving you a glimpse of something obstructing the path. It looks like a snap bladder, an infamously territorial predator around these parts. When they're heavily pregnant, they use the pollen fog to pick off their prey. Carefully avoid the creature, stroll through, find another way around. Carefully avoid the creature. You pass through the cloud unharmed, staying out of reach of the blotted snap bladder. It snicks at its snappers in your direction, but it's much too heavy with spawn to chase you. Okay, I didn't get anything out of that except 2 stress. You spent some time working in geoponics, so you know your way around a planet or 2. Walking through the area, you notice something different about it. The bare ground feels bouncy like a trampoline, and the plants all look weirdly stunted. Not a lot can stifle nature here, so it's honestly a little weird. There's no grass or mosses growing here. Notice the strange spongy soil, perception 20 or greater. I don't have the biology to notice the unusual biodiversity, just bounce for fun. Notice the spongy soil. Peer down at the oddly bouncy ground. It's pink and fleshy and wait. Is it even ground? You kneel and take a closer look, more like a kind of dense moss or coral maybe. Press a hand into the moist, squashy substance. It smells sweet and starchy like cake. It blankets the ground here in a thick sponge like layers. Well, swallowing up everything it touches. Gross, but it smells so good. You dig a large chunk of the sponge cake up to bring back to geoponics. Further analysis is needed, but you have a good feeling about this one. Okay, carefully pick a yellow flower. That's all that was up there. A herd of float cows are grazing nearby. Watch them peacefully bob along, occasionally releasing streams of urine or clouds of helium to maintain a steady height. Try to milk one. Animals 20 or greater. Try to capture one. Animals 30 or greater. This is a hard challenge. Try to kill one, leave them one. Let's just try to milk one. 10 kudos. And plus 1 colony food. You approach a grivid float cow, chucking slowly to it. Its big bug eyes peer at you curiously as you hunker down by its udders and relieve it of wow, almost 10 liters of float cow milk. The float cow seems relieved to be milked. It's so light after you finish that it leaps into the air, and the rest of the herd follows. They drift off over the treetops like lost balloons. A line of termite-like insects cross the path here. Curious, you follow them to their destination, a massive sponge-like hive of crawling bugs, withering with life. The bugs are tending to larvae nested in the holes of the sponge, feeding on the rich royal jelly that oozes from the hive. Oh, it's a squeaker hive. The hive queen has chosen this spot to root herself to the ground, her swollen abdomen forming the spongy hive that sustains all her children. You are a little afraid of her acid, but that royal jelly looks tasty. Animals challenge hard. Go around it. Wait in and harvest some sap. Card gets +3. Science Fair Champion. Cow's strength. And changeable. There's nothing crazy that I can do with those. I wonder. Can I put that in there? And 16. What was this? 17. And that's 17. Well, I'd rather do this 17. Six. That gets 8. I can use the Xeno egg to give +1. To stress cry. And turn it red. Then I could move Cal over here. Okay. Stress cry. Xeno egg. Cal. Now let's just throw harvesting or hiding in the crutch. 24. Still need 41. Wow. Okay. 6. That gets 4. That gets that. Plus that. I am short. I am massively short. I could put this on that. That would give it 4. That would change it to blue, which would probably put this up to 5. I would hope. But that's not going to... Okay. Put that one there. Then we change this one with this one. And then we use the mush log to increase that one, increase this one, and to increase this one. And that gives us 43. Okay, plus 2 kudos. Okay, 3 stress, plus 10 kudos, plus 1 colony food, 0 animals because I'm still starving, and gain memory milking the squeaker. You get in there and squeeze out some jelly from one of the hives. Hive queen's many holes, somehow managing not to get sprayed too badly by her acid. Some lands on your arm and the back of your hand and sizzles briefly, but you keep your calm long enough to escape with your bounty. Okay, let's pick up this flower. You've reached the end of this area. Keep exploring. I need stress less than 100. Okay. Go home. Well, let's keep exploring because I did not see this immediately. I think I've done everything here. Go home. You're back. +1 perception, +2 biology. Okay. Well, we haven't been paying much attention to the time. It is 8:43, so we are going to end it here. Thank you for joining me for Nathan Plays Badly, Nathan Streams Badly. I was a teenage Xenocolonist. I stream on Tuesdays from 6:30 to 8:30. I stream on Friday nights from 9:30 to whenever. And don't miss my YouTube playthrough. Oh, yeah, I forgot about the VODs. I stream on Tuesday. VODs go up a week later on Wednesday. My stream on Friday. The VODs go up a week later on Saturday. Also, there's a YouTube playthrough of Stardew Valley, which I'm going to try to get back to next week. It's been an interesting couple of months, and so I am behind on everything, including doing my YouTube, well, most of my YouTube stuff. But hopefully everything is now fixed and ready for me to get back to normal. If you want to get in touch with me on social medias, my X is at Nathanbadly, and Nathan Plays Badly on Facebook, YouTube, Discord, and here on Twitch. Also, I have a Discord server for the channel. If y'all want to get on that, give me a friend request on Discord, and I'll send you an invite link to the server. Thank you and goodbye. Hey, it's Nathan Plays Badly here. If you like this video, please leave a like. If you didn't like this video and you want to leave a constructive comment about what you think might make this video better, I'd also appreciate that. Also, you might see my picture down here. Click on that and subscribe. That would be great too. Thank you and goodbye.